I'm so relieved she might die from that accident. That saves me a lot of inconvenience, you know?
Wait, accident? You okay, Travis? Did something happen?
Lily, I mean. She got into an accident. I'm so relieved.
You think that's convenient? That's a weird way to describe it. Is she going to be okay?
Don't know. I hope not.
Why are you so calm about this?
Well, it all worked out, so it's fine. If she ends up dying, then I won't have to pay her. A divorce is a lot of money and time that I don't want to put up with. Plus, I'm sure I'd have to pay alimony. Isn't this awesome?
Travis, are you okay? Did you hit your head or something? I understand people grieve in weird ways, but you're acting strange.
Don't worry about it, babe. Now that she's out of the way, I can have you, right? Let's be together, Vic.
Out of the way? Is she dead?
Not yet. She was driving to visit her family and got into an accident. She's alive but in critical condition or something. Basically, there's not much of a chance she'll make it. Now I just gotta pray to God. Please just take her out of my sight. Just kidding.
What is wrong with you?
You're acting a little colder than usual. Are you having a bad day, honey? Why don't you come over her and I can warm you up?
Dude, that's seriously gross.
Dude? You don't normally use that word. Wait, is this Vic? Oh my God, this is awkward.
What the hell is wrong with you, man?
Well, I can explain. This isn't what it looks like.
I don't see how you could explain your way out of this. But go ahead and try, I guess.
Well, you see. It's just a prank. Yeah, that's right.
It seems like you mistook me for this woman called Vic. I've told you before to call me Scott. If you had just listened to me, you could have saved yourself some embarrassment.
I'm really sorry, sir. I guess that is what happened, yes. My girlfriend's name is Victoria. I call her Vic.
And what's this about your wife? Is she aware you have a girlfriend, or are you cheating behind her back?
I don't think she's aware of much at all. My wife's little sister called me this morning. She's been in an accident. Apparently it's pretty bad, and she probably won't wake up.
That's horrible. And yet you seemed almost happy about it? You should have taken the day off and stayed with her.
Well, we don't really get along very well.
You've only been married for 2 years, haven't you? Did you two really fall out that quickly?
I guess so. Marriage always seemed like a nice thing, you know? But once I got her and it was over, it just fizzled out. Nothing feels interesting anymore.
Well, I suppose I can understand that.
Oh, really? You can?
Yeah, well, things aren't going so great with my wife either.
Oh. So you understand then. Do you perhaps have a girlfriend too?
I don't cheat, don't be an idiot. I'm not like you.
But you've always been pretty popular at the office, eh? I'm sure you could get someone if you wanted.
You should be thankful it was me who found this out. Other people would not react so kindly towards you.
You're right, I really am lucky. If it was some other coworker, especially a female, I'd be doomed. I guess I'm not in my right mind right now. Messaging a woman and messaging you instead, how silly of me.
You must be very happy with how this turned out. You really want your wife to disappear?
That would be rather convenient, don't you think?
Are things going well with your girlfriend then? This Vic of yours?
Very much so. She's perfect. You know that beauty salon downtown? The one near the mall? She works there.
Oh, interesting.
Her dad is some small-town politician too, so she grew up pretty wealthy. She's basically the exact opposite of my wife.
Oh, I see.
Besides, I have life insurance on that woman. About $20,000 if she doesn't make it. I could go have a nice time if you get me.
Sounds fun. I'm sure you'll enjoy it.
I'm really glad you're being so understanding about this. You're a great boss, you know that?
Yeah, well, we both know each other's secrets now. I won't speak if you won't.
Of course. Your secret is safe with me. My lips are sealed.
They better be. This kind of scandal can cost me my promotion. And worst case scenario, it can cost us our jobs.
I understand, sir. Honestly, I'd love to be in your position one day. I could help out my subordinates like you do with me. That's the dream right there.
Is that so? Well, good luck with that.
Oh, I have an off-topic question too, if that's alright. Can I take 3 days off this week? Actually, tomorrow if possible.
Oh? Do you need time off to take care of your wife?
No. I want to use this chance to go on a little trip with my girl.
Where are you taking her?
I'm thinking Yellowstone. It would be a nice trip, right?
You're thinking about vacation ideas during a time like this? Don't you think that's risky?
It's not like my wife is ever gonna find out. By the time I come home she won't be here with us anymore, anyway. I really don't see how anything could go wrong, to be honest.
Ah, I see. Well, in that case I'll approve your leave.
Perfect. Thank you so much, sir. You're the best.
Have a nice time.
The next day.
Hey Lily, I got the news. I'm so sorry this happened. Please get better soon. I hope you are still here to read this. I'll be praying for your recovery. I'm sure everything will turn out okay.
Scott? What a lovely surprise. It's been so long since you messaged me. Is something wrong? What are you praying for?
Huh? Lily! You're okay. Oh, thank God. You're already back to your senses.
Air, what are you talking about?
Are you still in the hospital?
What? I'm at my parents' place right now. We just had lunch together.
What about the accident?
What accident? I'm sorry, but I don't know what you're talking about. Nothing happened as far as I know. I'm A-okay.
Seriously? Well, that's good.
So how is work? Are you enjoying your new manager position?
Yeah, I'm getting by somehow.
We were all really surprised when you quit your job here. A classmate told me you didn't want to be a teacher anymore, and then you just vanished.
My uncle actually works at this company, so he got me the job. Besides, I've never been good with kids, so I really needed the change. He said he wanted me to take over his position. Well, he was basically pleading I come work here. So I couldn't exactly say no.
You were a really scary teacher, not gonna lie. But everyone still loved you.
I suppose I do have an intimidating face, huh? The stress in this job is unbelievable though, not gonna lie. I'm getting more and more clients coming in with claims and complaints. I'm basically on the phone all day and night trying to sort everything out. It's been 5 years since I started working here, but it's still a lot. But I do enjoy it. I think it suits me well,
You didn't tell my husband about this, right? I'd rather him not know I was your former student, if possible.
No, I've never said anything to him. It's never come up in conversation, I suppose. Can I ask why it's a secret?
I can tell you, but you gotta promise not to tell Travis about this. I don't want him to know I'm bad-mouthing him.
Hey now. As a manager, it's not my job to spread rumors or reveal employee complaints.
Ah, that's true.
I suppose just this once I can overlook it.
Was he the one who told you there was an accident?
He told me your younger sister contacted him. She said you got into some sort of car crash on the way home. Did that not happen?
I'm sitting with Jean right now, actually. It seems she's been having some fun.
What? Fun?
Well, you see, she's in a theater club. She's been working on scriptwriting recently. She was sending him bits and pieces of her script to ask how she was doing. But he responded before she could explain herself, it seems.
I see, so it was a misunderstanding?
Yeah. I did read the text messages. There was some stuff in it like she's been in an accident. She's not getting up. They said she's in critical condition. The doctor is telling us she doesn't have much longer. Of course he thought something happened to me. Anyone would think that. I can't believe my sister would be so careless as to not properly explain what she was sending.
That really is a strange mistake, isn't it?
I'm sure Travis is still panicking. I'm surprised he's not home already. I should really try to call him and explain what happened.
Well, about that. Actually, he was happy about it.
What?
Don't freak out, please. He's probably just in shock. People react to disasters in weird ways, you know? But look, there's something I've got to tell you. He's seeing someone else, Lily.
So it's true.
Did you know about this?
Is it by any chance a girl by the name of Vic?
Yeah, it is.
Thought so. I heard him sleep talking quite a lot. I heard her name come out a few times.
Seriously? What an idiot.
So he was happy he thought I was dying. He must want to run off with this girl and take my life insurance or something.
Yeah, that sounds exactly like what he told me. He messaged me by mistake yesterday and told me everything. I played along and pretended to be on his side and he'd admit it all to me. I may not be good with kids, but I still love my students and want to protect them. The fact he's betrayed you like this has me seeing red. But I did my best to stay calm so I could get all the information we needed.
As always, you're so calm and collected. I really appreciate it.
Right after our chat, he took some paid leave. He's off right now to take a trip to Yellowstone.
What? I've been begging him to take me there for years.
I know it's not my place to say this, but you really married a scumbag, didn't you?
I guess I did, huh? I've never been good with men.
That's true. I remember seeing you after class so many times, crying about boys. Your friends were always huddled around you trying to cheer you up.
Yeah, but I'm not like that anymore.
Is that so?
I've become stronger. I'm not going to cry. I won't give him the satisfaction. Besides, I need to focus on getting my revenge.
I won't stop you. He brought this on himself.
Thank you again, for everything.
Of course.
Even now you're still teaching me about life. I'll make sure to put an end to this.
Good luck, I believe in you.
Several days later.
Lily's gone. Where are you?
I'm a bit busy with work right now, Jean. I don't have time to chat. Sorry to hear that, though.
Work, huh?
That's really a shame though, dang. But I don't have time to grieve, I suppose. There's the funeral to sort out, then the life insurance. I've got a lot on my plate now. I'll do my best to sort it all out.
Thank you.
If only I could see her, one more time.
Well then come meet me.
What?
You want to get something to eat together? You know I love my mom's cooking, but I think some Mexican food is what would really hit the spot. How about we go to the usual place?
Why are you talking like Lily? Jean, what is going on?
Not Jean just borrowing her phone. This is Lily. There was no accident, Travis.
What? My head hurts.
Jean just sent you some stuff from her script she's writing. She sent it to you by mistake instead of a friend. Alright, now that we got that out of the way. We're getting a divorce. Starting now, we're just strangers to each other. Okay?
Wait, what?
You really thought I'd leave this world so easily, huh? I found the divorce papers you had on your desk. I made sure to sign them for you.
I can explain.
You left them there so you could show Victoria, correct? You wanted to prove to her I was out of the picture so she would be with you? You should have manned up and made your decision instead of hiding things from both of us.
I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't cheated on anyone.
My old high school teacher let me know what was going on. You're cheating on me, he even told me you're taking her to Yellowstone.
Why the heck would an old high school teacher know about this? I haven't told anyone besides my boss. Wait. Is Vic your old teacher?
Scott. I'm surprised you figured it out on your own.
Now that I think about it, he did say he used to be a teacher. I didn't think much of it at the time, though.
Yep. I didn't tell you on purpose. I wanted to keep it a secret so he could tell me if you did anything odd in front of him.
Dang it.
Even for someone in shock you were acting strange, don't you think? You were so happy at the thought of me dying. Did you really want me gone that badly?
No, of course not. It was just a joke. I was playing a prank on my boss. None of that was how I actually feel.
You're really using that excuse again?
It's not an excuse, I swear. That's just what happened.
You probably planned on marrying Vic once I was gone too, huh? Well, now you can do that. We're officially separated, so you should get on with your new life already.
But
Or did you perhaps want something else? You needed that life insurance money to afford that wedding, right?
How do you know that?
So I guessed right.
But listen. It was because I wanted a photographer. I wanted a fancy wedding at a huge venue with a photographer. It's always been a dream of mine to have a wedding like that, you know?
Yeah, well, looking at your bank account, you've got about $50 to do that. I suppose you could afford a trip to the local beach at least.
But I'm really happy you lived. That you're alive, I mean.
Is that so?
I told him I was going to Yellowstone, but that was a lie. I went to church. I was praying for you. I was doing everything I could to make sure you recovered. But I guess I didn't need it after all. There never was an accident.
You're such a terrible liar, Travis. And a chronic liar at that.
Just because I lied in the past doesn't mean I'm lying now.
No, of course it doesn't mean that. What does mean that is you contradicting yourself all the time?
That's not true.
I'm tired of being backstabbed, I refuse to let it happen to me anymore. I'll never forgive you for what you did to me. Just pay the alimony you owe me and go away.
Wait, no, I can't afford alimony. Just wait, I can fix this. I'll break up with Vic, I promise.
I don't care. You're not doing that because you love me. You just don't want to pay.
That's not true. It's because I want to stay with you. Now that I know you're okay, I want us to last forever.
Sure, I believe you. I totally believe this isn't another one of your empty lies again.
Listen, my boss isn't as pure as you think he is. He's cheating on his wife, you know. He told me the other day.
Yet another one of your lies to try and distract me, I see? Scott is an amazing and devoted husband. His wife talks about that all the time on social media. Don't you pay attention to anything?
Well, why the hell would I know about that?
You've met her plenty of times at company parties, you should have known. So I'm not falling for your lies. There's no way he'd do something like that to her.
TSK, I can't believe this.
Oh yeah, he told me something else too. He said that you were going to be transferred to a different office.
What?
He said he had to send someone away, and you seemed like the perfect guy. They need help at another office, it seems.
You're just messing with me, right? Just to get back or whatever. But you're his old student, so he probably has a soft spot for you, doesn't he?
I suppose he does. But I'm not asking him anything, if that's what you're looking for. You've betrayed me. And then to top it all, you celebrated when you thought I was dead. No one is going to help you.
I can't get transferred right now, though. I'm trying to get a promotion. If I do that, I'll have to start all over again with some new boss.
That's not my problem anymore, Travis.
But you can do something about this.
I can, but I won't.
And what are you going to do without me, huh? How are you going to pay for rent, or bills, or your food?
Oh, you'll be paying for that. I'm getting alimony, after all. And I will be getting it.
You monster.
I'm not doing anything worse than what you did. It's only fair you suffer like I have.
Why are you acting so nonchalant about all of this? This is serious.
I'm done being upset and hurt by people like you. I've become stronger, and I'm not going to sit there and cry about this.
What?
I won't let this bring me down. Besides, I have been preparing for this for a long time. I heard you sleep talking and saying this woman's name quite a few times recently. I told myself it was fine, that you were just having a strange dream. I should have known you were hiding something from me, I was such a fool. But now I know everything.
Babe, please.
Don't call me that. And don't try and lie your way out of this again, I'm sick of it.
Okay. But how much are you planning on making me pay you?
About $40,000 should be okay, I think.
I can't afford that, don't be ridiculous.
Then I'll take you to court.
Seriously?
I'm done getting walked all over. I'm fighting for what I deserve.
Can we just lower it a bit, please?
Absolutely not. Now give me the money that you owe me immediately. You are a horrible husband and a terrible liar.
Okay, you win.
You know, it felt liberating to finally express my frustration. After that, he quickly gave in to my demands. He withdrew $40,000 from his retirement fund to pay me. Although I heard he had to borrow some of it from his parents as well. Naturally, his girlfriend wasn't too pleased after learning this information. Scott told me where she worked, so I went there and personally told her everything. She immediately broke up with him upon discovering that he was married. I heard he's now somewhere in a remote area, working for a smaller branch of the company. It doesn't seem like he'll be coming back anytime soon either. I hope he gets permanently stationed there. Thanks to Scott, I was able to uncover his lies and prevent myself from being used by my ex-husband. Now I have a chance to start over and do things right. I'm incredibly grateful to have such an amazing friend who helped me.
Hey, Ashley. Get your butt back here immediately. Who do you think you are to storm out on me like, huh? I'm not done with you yet, girl. There is a lesson I need to teach you.
I won't come back until you can muster up a sincere apology for me, all right?
What? You expect your oh-so-proud mother-in-law to stoop down and apologize to you? Hilarious. You must be living in a fantasy world. Now spill it. Where the hell are you right now? Don't you dare tell me you're out there gallivanting, bad-mouthing your loving mother-in-law.
I'm at my parents' house and I won't come back.
Oh. Look who's playing the role of a helpless little daughter-in-law. Running back to mommy and daddy whenever things get a tad bit tough, huh? How about you grow a backbone and get your sorry self back here so we can have a proper face-to-face conversation like adults? Man up, princess.
No way. Why on earth should I bother coming back there? So you can hurl more despicable insults my way? I'm not dumb enough to fall for that.
Wow. You really excel at being a pathetic excuse for a daughter-in-law, don't you? 3 whole years and still no baby? Even pigs are more fruitful than you.
What a disappointment.
Did you conveniently forget what the doctors clearly explained?
It was all due to the immense stress I've been dealing with. Do you even comprehend the amount of stress and anxiety I have to endure from living under the same roof as you? I've been carrying the burden of both household chores and office work. Because you can't be bothered to lift a finger and contribute anything.
What? If you can't even handle the basic task of housework, then what use are you? It's common knowledge that being a daughter-in-law means taking care of your husband's family. It's an unwritten rule that's been around for ages. Get with the program. You didn't marry my son just to play off his clerk, so you cut it out and start pulling your weight at home. Quit with the work nonsense and focus on being a proper homemaker, will you?
Do you even comprehend the reason why I have to lend a hand with the office work? It's because your family's liquor business has hit a rough patch. And your husband can't afford to hire more staff. Yet despite all that, you still have the audacity to treat me like some kind of freeloader? What's your deal? Nothing I do ever seems to be sufficient for you. You always find something to nitpick about every little thing I do around the house.
Oh, the audacity. How dare you have the nerve to criticize me when all I've done is graciously bestow my superior wisdom upon you to mold you into a better daughter-in-law. Clearly. You should be more grateful for my insightful lessons and stop questioning my impeccable guidance.
You had the audacity to throw away all the food I carefully prepared simply because it didn't meet your taste preferences. You incessantly nagged me about having a child, completely disregarding my own feelings. All you've managed to do is pile on more and more stress for me. And that's your idea of bestowing your superior wisdom upon me? Seriously?
Remember, your main job as a bride is to bless my family with an heir. Oh my goodness. There are tons of babies out there. So why can't we have one too? You're the one to blame for all of this. It's all because of your total incompetence as a daughter-in-law.
Maybe you should take a long, hard look in the mirror before you start pointing fingers at others. Do you have any consideration for the other people around you? Your family's business is going down the drain. And yet you continue to spend money recklessly as if there's no tomorrow.
What? You have the audacity to shift the blame onto me for your own failures? It's your fault for not producing an heir. That's why I ended up buying unnecessary things. Let's face it. You're nothing but a curse. A burden that brings everyone around you down. Ever since you stepped foot into my house, my family's business has been tumbling like never before. Don't even try to deny it.
Can't you understand the reasons behind why I can't have children? It's because of your constant grumbling and negativity that my health started deteriorating. The doctors even advised me to take some rest in a peaceful environment. But let me ask you, how am I supposed to find any rest if I continue to stay with you?
Well, fine, then. You can stay there at your parents' house and rest for a while. If you really want to.
Wait, hold on a second. Did I hear you correctly? Are you actually agreeing to let me stay at my parents' house?
Well, duh. Of course. I agree to let you stay at your parents' house. What's so shocking about that? It's not like I'm some evil mother-in-law from a fairy tale or anything. You can stay there as long as you need until you feel better. No biggie.
Oh, all right. I guess. Thanks, I suppose.
But are you really sure you can handle everything around the house while I'm away?
Oh, please.
You think your role in this house is so important and irreplaceable? Give me a break. We'll manage just fine without you, trust me. By the way, in case you're wondering, we are not exactly swamped with things to do right now.
All right. I guess I have nothing to worry about then. I'll stay here and take some much-needed rest. And I'll return to your house once I feel better.
The next day.
Amanda. Why did you send all of my belongings here to my parents' house?
What's the meaning behind this? Well, obviously. You've been itching to go back to your parents' house, haven't you? So I decided to grant your little wish and send all your precious belongings there. Do you understand what that means? It means that I have made the decision to return. A useless daughter-in-law who can't even produce an heir, back to your parents. Now it's their problem to deal with. I can't stand having a failure like you lounging around my house doing absolutely nothing any longer.
What are you talking about? Did Paul agree to this idea?
Oh, absolutely. My son is more than thrilled to kick you out of the house, no doubt about it. 3 whole years of marriage and still no baby? Wow. What a complete and utter failure you are. But that's not all. You know, on top of that, you're just weak and incapable of doing any work. Pathetic. Really.
Hey, what do you mean? Isn't Paul also responsible for not having a child?
Huh. Are you living in some kind of fantasy world? There's absolutely nothing wrong with my son. He's perfectly normal and healthy. The issue lies solely with you. I couldn't help but notice that your parents also have only one daughter, and that's you, right? It seems like trouble conceiving runs in your family's genes. Guess what? I don't just want any grandchild. I want a grandchild who can carry on my precious family lineage. Do you comprehend the gravity of what I'm saying? Even if you somehow manage to give me a child, T still won't be good enough if it's not a boy.
You know what? I don't want to waste any more of my time talking to you. I'll have a conversation with Paul and see what he has to say about all of this.
Oh, there's no need for that. In fact, my son and I are going to pay a little visit to your house and have a serious talk with your parents. I've made up my mind, and I'm returning you to them. Because let's face it, you're nothing more than a defective product to me now. Having a childless daughter-in-law in my house is utterly useless. Don't you agree? Paul needs to divorce you swiftly and be together with his new bride. This time, it's a bride who isn't a failure and can give us the successor we deserve.
Several hours later.
Paul, are you absolutely certain that you're willing to agree to a divorce and let our marriage crumble like that? Have you stopped to consider that throughout the entire conversation at my house? It was only your mother who did a talking while you remained silent. She yelled at me, Spud. Hurtful words. And declared that I'm a failure. Yet you just sat there doing nothing. How can you even call yourself a man if you can't find the strength to stand up for the people you claim to love?
What do you want me to do? You know I can't go against my mom's wishes, right? Even my dad can't defy her, let alone me. In my family, it's always been my mom who calls the shots. It's just the way things have always has been.
Listen, I'm asking for your honest opinion here. So I expect a straight answer. Do you genuinely want to divorce me?
Yeah. You heard what my mom had to say, right? She made it pretty clear that she's ready to hire a lawyer and go through with the divorce. And to top it off, she went ahead and sent your stuff to your parents' place. That's a big red flag indicating that she's seriously pissed and doesn't want to see you around our house anymore. You know how intense my mom can get when she's angry, don't you? And let's not forget, she's the type of woman who will stop at nothing to get what she wants.
So, this is the end for both of us. If you're not willing to make an effort to save our marriage, then I guess there's no point in me trying to save this either.
Hey, here's an idea. What if we go through the divorce legally, but we still continue our relationship in secret? We can keep it low-key, just between us. I promise, no one will ever find out, not even my mom. We just need to be cautious and make sure she doesn't catch us together. You know?
What are you even talking about? Your mom made it clear that she already found a new wife for you, remember? And based on your character, I highly doubt you'll have the courage to say no to the girl she chose to be your future wife, right?
I mean, technically, I could be with her and still be with you at the same time, you know?
Wait. What do you mean by that? And what happens when your mom eventually insists that you marry that girl she chose?
What's the big deal? If it comes to that, I can just marry her and have a child like my mom has always wanted. But you should know, my heart will never belong to her. You're the only one I have in my mind.
Honestly, that's the most repulsive thing I've ever heard. Look. I have zero interest in being some kind of side flame, alright? Let's just get the divorce finalized and move on from each other once and for all.
What? Are you seriously this heartless, giving up on us so easily like it means nothing? It's as if you never even cared about me in the first place. I gave you a chance, but you turned it down. So don't even try to blame me for this marriage falling apart. It's all on you.
1 year later.
Ashley, are you there? Please answer me. Can we talk?
Paul.
Ashley, I'm feeling pretty down right now, and I just want to talk things out with someone. I hope you have a moment to listen to me. Actually, I kind of need you to listen to what I have to say.
Well, go ahead and tell me. But didn't you just get remarried not too long ago? Shouldn't you be happy instead of sad?
Wait, hold up. How do you know that I recently got married again? Who told you about it?
Well, guess who spilled the beans? None other than your lovely mom. You know how she can't contain her excitement and always was eager to make me feel miserable. She wasted no time in announcing your engagement to me. And surprise, surprise. She was also the first person to inform me about your wedding.
Gosh. Why can't she just keep her trap shut for once? It's so frustrating, honestly.
And she also couldn't resist boasting about you and your wife expecting your first baby. Didn't she? Congratulations, by the way. So, what's there to be said about? Everything seems to be going perfectly for you. Having a wife and a child, just like you always wanted, right? After all, your whole life purpose has always been to make your mom happy, isn't it?
Look, you don't get it. The truth is, I don't have any feelings for her. I only married her because my mom twisted my arm, not for any other reasons. Plus, I went to the hospital for a fertility checkup recently.
What? So you finally went for a checkup? Do you even remember how long I've been telling you to get one? But every time I brought up the topic, you always managed to find a way to avoid it or simply ignore me.
I know. But calling the hospital for a fertility checkup is just so embarrassing. And it totally bruises my male pride. You're well aware of that, aren't you?
Is your precious male pride more important to you than the person you supposedly love? Fine. Then. Just tell me. What did the test results say?
Well, the news isn't great. You know, the doctors told me that I'm infertile.
What? You're infertile? But what about the child that your wife is carrying?
I was beyond furious when I found out about it, so I confronted my wife. And finally, she admitted to having an affair and confessed that the child she was carrying was not mine.
Wow. That's really tough. In that case, it's all the more reason for you to divorce her, right? I mean, she's cheating on you and carrying another man's child. So I'm sure your mom won't have any objections to a divorce.
But you don't get it. My wife. She's blackmailing me. She's threatened to expose my infertility to my mom if I ever revealed that the child isn't mine. Can you even imagine how serious this is? If my mom finds out that I can't have kids, she'll flip out. I mean, she'll practically kill me.
Well, I'm sorry, but what can I do? It's up to you to gather the courage to face the truth. Or accept the fact that you'll be raising another man's child for the rest of her life. The choice is entirely yours, you know.
But that's not the only problem in my life right now. The family business is also going downhill. My mom's spending habits are out of control and only getting worse. She not only took my dad's credit card without his permission, but she's even using company funds to splurge on her expensive items. In other words, she's one of the reasons our family's company is heading towards ruin.
Well, I had a feeling something like this would happen. It's your mess, along with your mom's. So you better take responsibility and handle it on your own. Anyway, I have something else important that requires my attention. So I guess I have to cut our conversation short here.
Wait, hold on. You can't just leave me hanging like this. I'm your ex-husband, remember? Can you please give me a hand? Just a little bit? Can we please consider getting back together? Ashley?
Several days later.
Ashley, it's your dear old ex-mother-in-law here. I hope you haven't kicked a bucket or something. So, how's life been treating you? I wouldn't be surprised if you're hiding in some corner, bawling your eyes out for being dumped by a gem like my son.
Amanda. Seriously? Don't tell me you're texting me just to chat about this nonsense. By the way, didn't I block your number before? Why do you keep texting me from new numbers? Don't you have any shame?
What's wrong with you? Can't a loving mother-in-law check in on her dear daughter-in-law once in a while? Geez, you're so touchy.
Excuse me, but aren't you forgetting something? You're no longer my mother-in-law. So don't try to assert any authority over me by using that title. It's not going to work, okay?
All right, all right. Haven't you heard the fabulous news? We're throwing a baby shower for Paul's child. And guess what? It's a boy. Jealous, huh?
It's something you couldn't manage to do in the whole freaking 3 years you were with my son. Well, what can I say? Congratulations. But based on what you're telling me, it seems like Paul hasn't bothered to share the latest news with you yet. Maybe you'll never hear about it. But, hey, who am I to judge, right? Honestly, I think it's better that you don't know about it, because once you do, I'm not sure if you can handle it.
What's this latest news you're talking about, huh? Just tell me already. I don't have the time or the patience for your little mind games.
I'm sorry, but you'll have to ask Paul about that yourself. I've already divorced your son, so I'm just a stranger now to you and to your family. Oh, and by the way, if I were in your shoes, I'd start being more cautious with spending money because your husband's company is on the verge of bankruptcy. Just thought you should know.
Huh? What are you talking about? Who told you that? Of course, the business is facing some challenges these days, but there's no need to worry. It's definitely not going bankrupt. Not at all.
Haven't you heard anything? My father's company cut off all transactions with your husband's company a few months ago. And just to keep you informed, my father's company also happens to be one of the most crucial business partners for your husband's company.
What? I've never heard anything like that before. Wait. Now that I think about it, my husband did mention something like that when you and Paul were together.
And you might not be aware of this, but your son and husband actually came to my house to apologize to me and my parents. They pleaded, expressing remorse for their actions and asking my father to reconsider their trade relationship. But, of course, my father didn't pay any attention to them. He made it clear that they were only doing business out of respect for the former president. And that's no longer the case.
But I don't understand. Why did my husband have to go to such lengths? Why didn't he just give up and find another trading partner? Is your father a company really that crucial for our business?
Well, all I can say is that my father's company is a significant client and brings in good profits. As it turns out, all of your husband's other trading partners have been pressuring him for lower prices, making it hard for him to make any profit. However, my father's company, due to their relationship with your husband and his father, hadn't asked for any price deductions. So when they decided to end the transactions, it put your husband and son in a tough spot to manage the business. I have a strong feeling that your husband will be closing the company pretty soon.
What? How is that even possible? Are you saying our family's business is falling apart?
Well, your husband actually mentioned to me that he had been contemplating shutting down the company for quite some time now, due to ongoing losses. He put in a lot of effort to pass it on to your son. But unfortunately, Paul isn't naturally skilled in leadership. So, I'm not sure how much longer it will be until the company eventually closes down.
No way. If the company goes bankrupt, where am I going to get the funds to sustain my luxurious lifestyle? What about my fancy clothes, pricey handbags, indulgent spa treatments, and all that jazz? Am I supposed to bid farewell to all of it now? No. I absolutely refuse to accept this. It feels like some messed up joke.
What? I've never heard anything like that before. Your family's business is on the verge of collapse, and all you care about is your own selfish desires? You're truly beyond help, Amanda. Anyway, I need to discuss some business matters with my dad. If you don't have anything else to add, I think it's best to end our conversation here.
No. You can't just bail on me like that. You need to clarify everything for me. Let's meet up and have a face-to-face conversation. Ashley.
Several days later.
Ashley, can you please give it another shot? My mom found out about a situation between my wife and me, and she went ballistic. She disowned me, calling me useless for not being able to have kids, and then kicked me. My wife and her child are out of the house.
Well, that's quite harsh, isn't it?
Shortly after that, my wife dropped divorce papers on me and vanished without a single word the next morning. She even left her child behind for me to take care of. What am I supposed to do now? I really don't want to raise another man's child. It deeply hurts my pride as a man.
Honestly, I'm not sure what advice to give you right now. Maybe you could try to locate her or her lover and ask them to take responsibility for raising the child. Either way, the safety and well-being of the child should be the top priority. But with my family's company going bankrupt, I'm pretty much jobless now.
How on earth am I supposed to find the money and take care of the baby?
You could consider reaching out to various organizations for assistance or start looking for a new job to earn the money needed to take care of the baby. It may not be too difficult if you think about it.
Ashley, can we please give it another try? You know I still love you, and I've never stopped. I'm willing to bet that you still have feelings for me, too, right? So let's come back together and raise this child as a team. we can reunite and be one big, happy family again. Just like we were before.
No way, Paul. How can you claim to love me when you never once had the guts to stand up for me against your mom? In my eyes, you're nothing but a big coward. Why don't you go running back to your mommy and cry for help? I'm actually glad I got rid of a mama's boy like you and a monster-in-law like your mother. Don't even think about begging for us to get back together, because it's never going to happen. This mess is all you're doing, so you better deal with it on your own. Not long after the companies collapsed, my ex-father-in-law decided to file for divorce, leaving my ex-mother-in-law to handle all the debts on her own. Amanda, abandoned by her ex-husband, tried to locate her son, Paul, and eventually ended up living with him in his cramped apartment. However, Paul's intentions were far from noble. He left the responsibility of caring for his illegitimate child with his mother while he drowned himself in alcohol day in and day out. Despite his attempts to reach out and apologize, I chose to maintain silence. During my difficult post-divorce period, a supportive friend from work came into my life. He is an amazing person with strong principles and he truly captured my heart. After dating for about a year, we had the wedding we had always dreamed of. And when I thought things couldn't get any better, we were blessed with a baby.